The pottery. The room you're in has around 8,000 terracotta vessels on display in tall, large showcases placed along the walls. These artifacts come from excavations conducted by the Italian Archaeological Mission and from purchases made on the antiques market. Pottery vessels are one of the oldest and most widespread types of containers used by humans, as it was easy to find the raw material and produce such objects. In Egypt, two types of clay were used: silt clay, collected along the banks of the Nile, and marl clay, obtained from rocks in limestone deposits found in desert areas. Exactly in the center of this space is a display case where ancient and contemporary vessels and containers are placed side by side. For example, a 2,500-year-old bottle stands next to a plastic bottle. This allows us to understand how the shape of many objects, despite being used thousands of years apart, has not changed much, precisely because it is linked to their function. What has changed, though, is the range of materials that we use to produce them. On this panel, we have chosen to show you two types of pottery vessels that are different in shape, time period, and function. On the left, we have an amphora from around 2,500 years ago that was used to store liquids. On the right, we have a pot used for cooking, dating back to Roman times. On the panel, for each object, you will find its cross-section on the left and its outer surface on the right. The study of pottery involves this type of documentation with a technical drawing, which makes it possible to understand every detail of the object's shape. The amphora on the left, still sealed with a type of lid made from linen fabric and secured with a string, measures approximately 45 centimeters in height. Its shape is cylindrical, with a pointed base. These vases could be placed vertically with the support of a stand or stored horizontally, and the two rounded handles made them easier to carry. The image on the right of the panel shows a container with handles designed to withstand high temperatures. We can understand this from the traces of burn marks on the bottom. The walls of the pot's body are rippled for greater resistance to heat stress. This is in fact a cooking pot in which different types of food could be prepared. Terracotta vessels were the most widely used containers in all parts of the world until the invention of plastic. Pottery has changed in shape and decoration over time, accommodating both tastes and technological innovations in production. For this reason, terracotta vessels help us understand changes over time and act as an excellent dating tool. With the help of science and new technologies, we can make assumptions about the use and functions of these objects. For example, we can analyze the residues inside pots, read ancient inscriptions that are no longer visible to the naked eye, study the context they came from, and discover details about production techniques. So, it is now possible to identify all the steps in their creation, from the choice of raw materials to firing the pots and even understanding how they were used.